We're live on Facebook. We are live on Instagram.
Awesome. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Here we are doing Cook the States, and today is our second time, and we are doing North Carolina. That's partly because I'm traveling to North Carolina, and I'm going to be cooking with my son Seti, who is my son, extremely creative person, and one of the nicest and kindest people I know in the world.
Thank you, Chef.
And he says thank you, Chef. Sorry. So today, we said shrimp and grits and fried green tomatoes. Fried green tomatoes won. Of course, because we wanted fried green tomatoes, we have a little bit of a exception here. So I went to the supermarket. All the green tomatoes were red. So the guy told me, well, all our green tomatoes have turned red now. So that's what tomatoes do, obviously. So what I did is I got the next best thing, which was some of these heirlooms, which are kind of greenish. And I'll tell you about the greenness. And then I got some yellow tomatoes as well, just to, so that you can, so any kind of tomato works. So essentially, fried green tomatoes, farmers would use them because if you wanted to have a tomato and tomatoes weren't quite ripe yet, and the green tomatoes are a little more sour, a little more sturdy, so if you batter them and fry them, they taste really good. So in the South, they like to batter and fry a lot of things. So you have, fried okra and fried green tomatoes, you have fried fish, and you have hush puppies, whatever. Anyway, everything that's fried is very good. So today we're going to do that. It's pretty simple, very straightforward. First of all, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some oil in the pan here for frying. And Seti, do you want to tell us about your, if I can get this off, about your cooking experience?
Cooking experience. Well, when I was young, I was taught by this fine gentleman here and my mother. I'm not as experienced as my dad, but
You're a good cook.
I'm okay.
Yes, you are.
Thank you.
So first of all, what I'm going to do here is I have 2 eggs in this bowl.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody can see that? So
Yep.
2 eggs in the bowl. I'm going to put some half a cup of milk, and I am going to turn on the burner here. We'll turn it up to high to get it going. Seti just got himself a new house. It's a fixer-upper, and half of it is fixered up really nice. And the kitchen, we are looking at, I'm giving him advice on how to fix it up in a way that would be helpful for his cooking. Now, I've mixed the egg and the milk in this bowl here.
Very nice.
And then what we're going to do is I have some breadcrumbs here. So half a cup of breadcrumbs. And I have half a cup of cornmeal. And I'm going to pour that onto the other. 2 teaspoons of salt. And then 1/4 teaspoon of pepper. And what I'm going to do is do that up really well. I find that using your fingers for cooking is just the best thing ever. Not only because you get to feel the food and it's just very cool, all the different textures, but I love the feeling of, it's like when you see real chefs in kitchens, and one of the ways you know that these guys really like food is they're always touching it. Doesn't mean that their hands are clean, and hands are used when making food. So don't be alarmed if you're in a restaurant thinking that your chef is touching your food. But there's something nice about the sort of tactile nature of.
Mm-hmm.
So Pink Chai's left a comment.
Pink Chai!
She said, I'm kind of really excited about fried tomatoes.
Excellent. Tomatoes and tomatoes.
Tomatoes, sorry.
We are too, and we are going to throw them in the pot here as soon as it gets hot enough.
So where do you start?
So the way we start here, and I'm going to give this another bit of a whisk. What we're going to do is we're going to take the tomatoes, and we're going to put them in the flour first, and then we're going to put the tomato, into the egg and milk mixture, and then we're going to dredge them again in the cornmeal and breadcrumb mixture. so that we get a nice coating on these things. And the nice thing about these too is that they're really, you'll see, I mean, they're quite simple to make, and they are quite impressive. So if you're trying to impress someone, or if you just want to have something that looks really nice and impressive on your plate, these are great. Okay, so shall we do, I think this is hot enough, I might have to turn it down, but so here I'm putting the flour first on this tomato. And that gives it a nice coating that just holds on, you know, it like sucks the moisture there. Then I'm going to put a little bit more liquid, which is the the milk and egg. And then I dredge it here. And I want to make sure that I get it really, really covered really well. And then I'm going to throw it in there.
Oh, very nice.
Excellent.
You want to try one?
Sure.
I'm going to let you do the yellow tomato.
Reminds me of a job I had once. We did this with chicken.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. Fry some chicken.
Is this
Same
just
way.
the combination of how you make crispy foods, fried
Yes,
foods
a
in
lot
the
of
South
times.
really nice?
Exactly. Look at that.
Perfect.
Very nice.
How long do they take to cook?
What you want to do is brown them on either side, and that'll just be a couple of minutes. So really, it's
All right.
down to
Delicious.
well done.
Very nice.
And I'll make another one of these red ones, just so we can make sure we have. And don't worry if a little bit of batter from here and there gets. It's obviously all going to mix and stuff, and it's going to be on your fingers. That's okay. Again, that's part of the fun. Maybe it was like, when I was a kid, I would make mud pies and stuff. Maybe that's the same kind of tactile thing where you get to.
That is.
So this is kind of a reminder of those days. Maybe. And Teddy was always cooking with me at a very young age and at the counter. And when he was very little, the big thing was always to make sure he didn't get the knives. He was very fast, and he was very interested in knives. So.
What do you learn about swordplay at a young age?
There you go.
Oh wow, look at that.
Delicious.
I'm going to let this one fry a little bit more. So that's great.
Very nice.
The only thing I can't see on Facebook is if people are commenting.
Oh,
I got to
why is
figure that out. Not quite sure.
Okay. So, like I said, this is a really simple, straightforward dish, and one that you shouldn't be intimidated by. Sometimes, the reason also that you're not going to find so many red tomatoes being fried, although it's fine, is red tomatoes are riper and they're going to be less hard, for lack of a better term, and they might get mushy if you cook them too much, or if they're too late in their season, basically. So if they're too ripe. So that's another reason to use tomatoes, green tomatoes. And, green tomatoes, if you have green tomatoes, like I said, it's a great way to, minimize that sour flavor. It mellows the flavor and makes them much more palatable.
Need a plate for the final product?
Yes, we will get to that. And then, so again, just roll it in the flour. Yep, so we put that over here.
Alright.
And then put this in here. And then, will be like a, there you go. I'll let you do that one.
Alright.
That.
Perfect.
Oh, nice.
Delicious. Green fried tomatoes.
We'll do another production line one, shall we?
You let that one cool a little bit before you try it?
We'll let it cool just a little bit. And then,
So for anyone joining now, you want to tell them what we're in?
we are making fried green tomatoes, which was the chosen thing by vote. Oh, I'm sorry. That was your job, and I'm taking it. I'm working here with my son, Seti.
Hello.
He and I are working together, and we're making the fried green tomatoes, which are very straightforward and quick to make.
Because we're in
Because we're in North Carolina. We're traveling in the States.
And this is week 2.
This is week 2 of our Cook the States. Hashtag
Cook the
States. I'm always reminded I have to say that. But yeah, I'd love it if you guys, anybody who tries this, I would love to hear feedback from you and kind of how it went for you and whether you enjoyed the recipe or not.
And if anybody is from North Carolina.
And if anybody's from North Carolina and I'm doing this completely wrong, please tell me. Because I'm not an expert in fried tomatoes.
Okay.
These are fried yellow and reddish green tomatoes.
I think you need to try this one now. I think it looks
All right.
ripe for the trying.
Can you get a knife and fork?
Absolutely.
So these ones in the middle of frying.
Knife and fork.
Knife and fork. Perfect.
There we go. Shall I put another one in?
Sure.
All right. It's pretty fun.
It is fun, isn't it?
Okay. Oh, it's hot. Be careful.
It's very hot. Making me nervous. Okay.
Is it good?
Oh, lovely. Really nice. Really
So-
nice. You've got a nice soft middle and a really nice crunchy, tasty outer bit. So that's really nice. That's really nice. I'm very pleased with that. And next I will try the yellow one.
I think they need turning. Don't get distracted eating that you forget to turn.
These are fried a little extra.
So, oh,
I knew it was frozen.
Bring this down.
perfect.
All right.
So,
Very nice.
Pink Pie is asking, is that somewhere where we can see other state recipes if we miss them?
See what's that?
See the other Cook the State recipes. And yes, I can answer this
You
one.
can answer that.
I
one.
can answer
It's
this
on
one.
the
So it's on the website. So if you go to cheftarek.com/Cook the States, you'll see every Cook the States challenge that we put on there.
Would you like to try?
I'd love to. Thank you.
Get a second opinion. He could just be saying they're really good. And it-
All right. See here.
Perfect. Good?
Pretty good, huh? Yeah. Excellent.
Oh, that's great.
Okay.
All right, everybody. Well, thanks for joining us, and thank you very much for your questions, and I look forward to our next time. So next one, we're traveling to Michigan in a couple days, and I'll be cooking with my mother, which will be a lot of fun. So we'll do something, a Michigan food, and we'll figure out what that's going to be, and we'll put it up for everybody to vote, and we'll take it from there as usual. So, again, hashtag Cook the States. Thank you very much for joining us, and from Seti and myself, goodbye.